In today's video, I'm going to share with you how to remove and replace worn out and wobbly wheel bearings on your lawnmower. This applies to pretty much any lawnmower. I'm going to be using my EGO as an example, but Honda, Mountfield, Husqvarna, all of these ones will use a very similar system, if not identical to this one. To do this, the toolkit is very limited. Obviously, you're going to need some new wheel bearings, which I'll leave a link to in the description. You're going to need a flat-headed screwdriver, something to hit the bearings with, like a hammer or a mallet, and in this case, a 13mm socket, but that's pretty much it. The first step in replacing the wheel bearings is, of course, removing the wheels themselves. In the case of this EGO, it's very simple. Simply pop the plastic caps off. This can be done using the flat-headed screwdriver. Can be a little bit tricky, but should come off relatively easily. That exposes the bolt, which is, in this case, a 13mm bolt. Simply use the socket to unscrew it and then slide the wheel off. As you can see, the bearings in here have got horribly rusted and are just wobbling all over the place. Take the wheel over to something that's got a bit of a drop off. I'm going to use the corner of my workbench just so that when you're tapping the bearing out, it allows it to drop on the floor out the way. So to remove the bearings, use that flat-headed screwdriver and a hammer or a mallet and just put it through the central gap and just tap gently round the bottommost bearing, and this should loosen it up and it should drop through relatively easily. You might have to go through a couple of passes depending on how tight it is. Flip the wheel over and do the same on the reverse. With the old bearings out, it's a good opportunity to get in there, give it a clean, get rid of any of that rust and make sure it's nice and clean, ready for the new bearings. And that applies to the axle as well. Give it a bit of oil to try and stop it rusting in the future. With the wheel nice and clean, we can then place the new bearings onto where the old ones came out, and simply using a wooden chock or a soft mallet, simply tap them into place, give them a firm tap and they'll sit right against the wheel edge. Flip the wheel over and do the same to the reverse. Now the wheel bearings are fitted, we can then slide it onto the wheel axle and tighten up that bolt, pop the cap back on, and as you can see, that wheel is now spinning a whole lot better. I will leave a link in the description to all the products and of course those bearings for you to check out yourself. If you have any questions about the process or the EGO itself, do drop them in the comment section and I'll get back to you. If you like the video, don't forget to hit that like button and maybe consider subscribing for more videos like this. And that just leaves me to say thanks again for watching. Bye for now.